Okay, friends, let's start our further discussion in relation to financial accounting course. Today's our topic is capital and revenue transaction. We will go our slide one by one for detailed discussion. In last section, we had learned about accounting concept and accounting fundamentals. In this topic, today we will cover capital and revenue transactions. There are Okay, let's move the slides. Let's discuss why we have to study such types of concept, capital and revenue transaction. What is the need for this? First of all, before understanding the needs, let's understand the types of capital and revenue. The first reason for studying these transaction is studying this concept is the distinction to distinct the distinction ensure proper accounting of transaction by identifying them as the income or liability or expense or asset. We are studying capital and revenue transaction concept because in order to find out proper distinctions of transaction, whether it is income, liability, expense, or asset. The second objective is it helps to determine profit. It helps to second objective is it helps to determining the profitability of operation of entity through correct identification of income and expense. In short, it helps to understand what is the correct profit and loss for entity or organization. The third advantage objective for this is to identify to identify correct identification of asset and liabilities. So we are studying capital and revenue transaction for three reasons. First, to identify correct income expense. Second, to identify correct profit and loss for the business, and to identify correct asset and liabilities for organization. The three objectives for studying the capital and revenue transaction. Let's go to types of transactions. Capital transaction classified into two types: capital receipt and capital expenditure. Similarly, revenue also classified. Here you can see in slides. Revenue is classified into revenue income or revenue expenses, revenue expenditure. We will learn definition and concept of each topics one by one. Let's discuss first what is capital expenditure. In layman language, capital expenditure is the expenses incurred for acquiring any assets or transaction which we derive benefit for more than one financial year. Here you can see the basically the institute concept is expenditure benefit from which we can enjoy it by entity over number of accounting periods. Okay, these are non-recurring in nature. It is not we incurring capital transaction only once a while. It is not a regular transaction of any organization. Okay. Now we will understand the characteristics of capital expenditure. Okay. You can see here my highlighted topics. Capital. What are the characteristics, features of capital expenditure? How will you identify that? In first, amount involved in such transaction is very large. Capital expenditure occur in large amount. As second feature is benefit accrued from such expenditure is consumed over more than one accounting period. As I already said, the benefit derived from this expenses are last for more than one accounting year, say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 25 years, like that. Third feature is expenditure is non-recurring in nature. It is not recurring frequently. It's not such types of expenditure are not recurring every time. Are not recurring every time. Fourth feature is it result in increase in value of fixed assets. It result in increase in value of fixed assets. In short, if you incur when any entity incurs such transaction, it enhances the value of fixed assets value increase the amount of expenditure incurred, fixed assets. These are key 4 features of capital expenditure. Now we go to revenue expenditure classification. What is the revenue expenditure? Okay, we will understand the definition of revenue expenditure here. Expenditure benefit from which can enjoyed by entity in current accounting period. This type of expenditure happens to recurring in nature. Revenue expenditure are incurred to carry on regular course of operation by organization. Okay. Revenue expenditure is simple other than capital expenditure, which is not a capital expenditure, is a revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure incurred in regular basis, like purchasing of goods, purchasing of any consultancy service, salary payment made to employees. These are example of revenue expenditure. So these such type of expenditure incurred in regular day-to-day to running the organization of the company. Let's understand the features of revenue expenditure. Uh, amount involved in such what I can amount involved in such expenditure is small. Okay, and like in capital expenditure, it is amount involved is very large. Okay, benefit accruing from second feature is benefit accruing from such expenditure is consumed within one accounting period. The benefit we derive from such type of expenditure is last only for 1 year, say 2 months, 3 months, or say 10 months. Expenditure is third feature is expenditure is recurring in nature. Means it incur in day-to-day activities of the organization, day-to-day to running the operation. Third feature. Okay. Fourth feature is it incurred in relation to trading activities. Either good, as already said, it such types of expenditure generally incurred in relation to your normal operation of the business, like salary payment, administration cost, electricity payment, like that. Now we will see accounting treatment of capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. How such expenses treated in our books of account and financial statement. Let's read one by one. Cap, no, capital expenditure are is a capital in nature. We are generally capitalize such types of expenditure in our books of account. Such capital expenditure is shown as an asset in balance sheet of the company's or company's financial statement. In contrast, revenue expenditure is day-to-day operation. We are charged of such accounts such as in P&L, profit and loss for that period. These are the treatment of capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Let's understand the distinction between capital and revenue expenditure. What is the difference between capital expenditure? Here you can see on slides. First difference is, as you can see, a benefit. We receive benefit. We receive from capital